provide you, so that if your supervisor walks in, they can come and open up your notebook and kind of see how things are going. If they haven't, they're gonna come probably the first week and do a high visit, and they may not come back for that first observation for 3 weeks. And so, that's gonna be their way to know how things are going. Yes?
Is there a certain time in the semester that everyone is doing their block of teaching, or do you work it out with your...
You will work it out with your cooperating teacher and supervisor. There is a pacing schedule that's in the handbook. Typically, with 12 weeks, you do full responsibility like week 5, 6, or 7, somewhere in there, and then you'll kind of back off, and then you'll pick it back up like 9, 10, 11. Typically, you're not doing full responsibility that last week because it's real hard for the kids for you to go from teaching full-time and then you're gone. And it's hard on you too. So typically, you probably will have that last full responsibility weeks 10 and 11, and then just kind of phase out that week 12. But some of that is totally subject to your teacher. If they have a lesson or a block of information that they are determined that they're going to present before they hand it over to you, your schedule may look a little different. In a perfect world, you'll do 10 straight days, but it may be that you do 5 days and you take 3 days off, and then you pick back up and do 5 days. There's a lot of flexibility there as long as you get your days in. But yes, you will work that out with your cooperating teacher and supervisor. Good question. Any other questions about what we've gone over? Okay. All of you will be in eCampus, and you will do some online discussions. It's not actually, you're not going to be doing research and having to submit papers. It's all going to be based on experience that you're having at your school and in your classroom. So once that gets set up and online, you'll get an email. You'll have at least 3 of those, maybe 4, that you're accountable and responsible for submitting, and then you're going to read other people's posts that are dealing with same things you are. It's great if you're going to a district and you're the only Aggie there, or the only student teacher there for that matter. It's really good to have that kind of connection to go, okay, I'm so glad that somebody else is dealing with this, or oh, that's a great idea, I'm going to try implementing that. You'll also be expected for each of your observations and for your evaluations, you'll do a reflection online, and that is required. TEA requires us to have documentation of you reflecting on how the semester's gone. At the end of the semester, you'll also complete an evaluation of your cooperating teacher and of your supervisor. Obviously, if you have concerns or issues during the semester with your mentor teacher, you're going to talk to your supervisor. If your supervisor is not doing something that you need them to do, you'll communicate that with us, and we'll get with the supervisor. But at the end of the semester, it's your opportunity to do, and that just stays in-house. That's for us to know how the semester went. If you're leaving us and going to Richardson ISD and you get put with a teacher and it wasn't the best experience, or it was a fabulous experience, we need to know that so that we can hopefully use or not use that teacher again. So that's kind of your opportunity to let us know how the semester went with your teacher and your supervisor. Like I said, the handbook will outline your cooperating teacher's role. They don't have anything that they submit to us formally. Their information that they're going to provide you with and the mentoring they're going to do for you is going to be on an informal basis. We're going to expect them to provide weekly written feedback to you and daily ongoing feedback on days that you get up and teach. The university supervisor, like I said, will do those formal observations that are required by TEA, and they'll be the liaison between us and you guys should we need to address anything. Serving as substitutes. A lot of school districts allow you to serve as a sub. The only person during that 60-day window that you can sub for is your assigned mentor teacher. Okay? If the district allows it, you probably need to find that out and go through, if they require sub training, you're going to want to go through that this summer, because you can't miss a day of student teaching to go to that. That doesn't count as one of your days. So you'll want to find that out over the summer and attend any required training. You will do one free day as a thank you to your teacher as a sub, where you don't get paid, they don't take a day, it's just a thank you. A few districts won't allow that, so if they don't let you do that, they don't let you do that. But most of the districts will allow you to sub one day for your teacher as a thank you. They're not getting paid to mentor you. They don't get anything from us. Their district doesn't provide anything. So that's kind of an easy way for you guys to help out and for them to get a much needed day off. If you get asked, that if a principal comes in one day and says, can you go down the hall and sub, we've had something happen, you just smile and say, unfortunately my school won't let me do that. A&M, that's not a policy that they, and what they may do is pull your teacher, and so you may stay in your classroom. Other than that one free day, you can get paid for your teacher for up to 3 days. So if your teacher has a conference they want to go to, anything like that, we allow you to sub for them up to 3 days, and that counts towards your 60 days. Does that make sense? Okay. You're not going to want to do that till you've at least gone through probably first round of full responsibility. You don't want to get there and the first week then say, hey, you're on and I'm out the door. So if that's the case, they'll put a sub in there with you. But once you get comfortable and you're ready and they want to go take a day, you can sub for them only. Should there be issues during student teaching, like I said, your guest, if you are off at a distance and there is an issue, if there's an issue and you're in Cy-Fair and they call and say, Kim Parrish is not doing what she's supposed to do, then you will get pulled back here locally. Okay? We have great partnerships around the state, and we don't want to jeopardize our long-term partnership because one student's not doing what they're supposed to. So if the school says they've done something and they're not allowed to come back, they're not welcome back, the first thing that will happen will be you'll get pulled back here, assuming that there's time in the semester for you to come back, get a new placement, and successfully finish. If not, you may just be stopped for the semester and you'll have to come back in the spring and start completely over back here in Bryan College Station. So we don't want that to happen. But if there are grounds for you to get put on a growth plan, if you're not progressing like you should, if you're not showing up on time, any concerns that the mentor teacher or supervisor has, they'll put you on a growth plan. That can turn into a probation contract, and that can turn